another episode on the Virtual Shelling Network. I am back out here to shell with you all on the tour with Nautical Life Shell Tours with Captain Carlos and Captain Megan, and they brought us out to Morgan Pass, which is one of the 10,000 islands that is south of Marco Island, only accessible by boat. And on the bay side over here, you can see the water is very, very calm. And on the other side, you will see that this is the beautiful Gulf. There's some jet skis enjoying the beautiful day today. And the water is just so beautiful, and there's a slight breeze, so hopefully it won't be too windy. But we're gonna go check out this beach and check out some shells. And you can already see that there's just a plethora of shells to be looked through here. I've got my shell bag with me here, crossbody, but I also have with me a bucket. So if you come on the tour, they will provide you with a shell bucket and then a little shell bag in the bucket as well. So you don't have to worry if you don't have equipment. They will provide all of that for you, which is awesome. And let's go shelling. So let's take a look at the rack lines here. You have very definitive rack lines. You can see where the tide is here. We have this little tiny one, which doesn't seem to have too much going on. And then we have kind of this one, which looks like it might have been the high tide line from today. And then we have this big high tide line that looks like it could have been from a while back. And then you have more as the tide rolls over and into the bay area here. You have all of these shells that have collected. So you really have so many places here that you can shell all the way to that bay area, where you'll probably have more luck finding things like king crowns, angel wings, talons, those type of shells that prefer more of the brackish water, opposed to your traditional shells that you'll find on the Gulf side. So we're gonna take a look here and see what we find. These big, beautiful orange scallops are some of my favorites to find out here in the 10,000 islands. I just love finding them. They clean up really nice. They look a little bit dull, but once you get those cleaned up and oiled, they really do look phenomenal and bright and orange. Lots of driftwood here. We have lots of fun driftwood, so if you're somebody that loves to collect driftwood, this is definitely the place to do that. Here's another pretty cockle shell here. Look how pretty this one is. Stick that in our shell bucket. Let's see what else we can find up here on that high tide. Now these, oh my gosh, look at these big, I used to call them quahogs, but they're not actually called quahogs. I can't pronounce how they're called. Somebody corrected me a long time ago, but I've been calling them quahogs my entire life. I think they're called quahogs. Anyway, they are very heavy, but they are really fun for landscape and for painting. So if you're a shell painter, if you're a member of the group Sanibel Shells, those make awesome shells for artwork and to set around for people to find. So that's really fun too. So let's see if we can kind of get to a good spot where we can locate some fun shells. Let's see what we got going on down here. Here's one of those petal talons. Love talons. The rose petal talons, of course, are my favorite to find. But I love pink. Pink's like my favorite color, so of course I like the pink shells. And I just moved down real quick to this more fresh rack line because this pink scallop caught my eye right here. And right next to it, there is a pink talon, has a little hole in it from something that probably had it for lunch. But look how pretty. And then something else caught my eye here. Look what we have, you guys. We have a beautiful angel wing. Like, let's hope that it's not broken. It's not. It is beautiful. Look at that. And the fun thing inside is it still has that little attachment inside. Do you see that? This is a perfect specimen of an angel wing. Has a little barnacle there, but that can be cleaned up. Look how pretty. So I know one of you would love to get an angel wing in your beach treasure box, so I will be sure to include that one in somebody's box. So if you get it, let me know who gets it. So let's just check out this rack line here. And I don't know if you guys can see all of the little baby skimmers, but you kind of zoom in so you guys can see them. They're so cute. Look how cute they are. So cute! Hi guys! There's a ton of them. Alright, let's see what else we can find in this rack line here. You never know what you're gonna find. Here's a little worm shell. I'm trying to get on the side of the sun. It's kind of right above. It's kind of the middle of the day today. Let's see what else we can find. This is always a good place to look for the little small shells too. You guys know when I see all this black stuff in here, this is a place where it's a good place to look for little minis. Here's a little mini worm shell here. It's really cute. So if you want to get down and shell for the smaller shells, this is a great place to do that. Here's another little mini shell here, little NASA. I love the minis and the tinies, so the only problem with minis and tinies is you actually have to crouch down and it can be a killer on your back. So I like to try to find a good place for minis and kind of plunk down. Here's a really cute little limpet or a hat. Look how cute this one is. That's great looking. Look how cute that is. It's so bright out here, so I'm hoping that I'm staying in focus for you guys. It is a bright day out today. Let's see what else we can find. Look at all the birds. They're so little and cute. I'm pretty sure those are baby skimmers. You guys can see them. And the water is just absolutely gorgeous here. It's just such a pretty shade of green. And we're just walking along, seeing what we can find. There's a little whelk. A cute little whelk. Make sure nobody's home in there. Look at all of these shells. Here's a really cool sunray Venus clam that's still intact. Got some sand in there. Let's see if I can knock some of the sand out and keep it. But look how pretty. That is a beautiful one. And then right here we have just the outline of an angel wing. That would have been a really pretty angel wing. Hopefully we can find some more angel wings here now that we know that they're here. Whenever you find pieces of shells, you know that they're here. You just have to find them and hope that you can find them whole. Here's another big heart cockle. I love those giant heart cockles. They're one of my favorite shells to collect. Lots of driftwood. Look at all the shells. Ooh, I see a little orange scallop hiding. Do you guys see the scallop? It is hiding right here. Perfect. A perfect, beautiful orange scallop. That's gonna oil up so beautifully too. So even though you see that there's lots of shells, I mean clearly there's a ton of shells, but sometimes it's really a challenge to spot the shells that you want to find. So that's one of the things, the kind of the questions that I get a lot is people always say like, oh, there's no shells on the beach. Well, there's a ton of shells on the beach. This is a shell right here, and this is a shell right here, and this is the shell over here, beautiful arc shell. But people want to find certain shells, and that's okay, but you have to look really hard. Here's a little conch, and that's great. Love the little conchs. But, oh, and here's a little talon. Love the little talons. But you have to remember that shelling, that's why it takes so long to collect seashells and to come up with a shell collection, because sometimes it takes, you know, hours and days and years of hunting and seeking out shells to put together a really nice collection. So, ooh, I love these cardita shells. These aren't shells that people normally pick up, but I really love them. They're kind of reminiscent of like a turkey wing, and we find them all the time, but for some reason it's just not like a popular shell, but I really like them. So again, a lot of the like popular shells you might not find all the time, but there's shells that people don't pick up. Here's a little worm shell. Let's see, here's another cardita shell. I just love them. I think that their patterns are cool, they're bright, they're fun. Here's a really neat conch. So you guys can see like the inside of what a conch looks like. So that's pretty unique and different. Lots of driftwood. I know you guys, some of you love to collect driftwood. See, look at this. I mean, they just stand out to me. I don't know. Well, some of you are going to be getting these in your treasure boxes because I think they're just beautiful shells. I definitely love them. Here's a really pretty little scallop too. We love the pretty little scallops. My husband and I will say PLS, pretty little scallop. Let's see what else we can find here. Ooh, is that an angel wing? Oh, I think it's cracked though. Oh, it's got a crack in it right here. But that is an angel wing. It's cracked, but we're gonna continue trying to find another whole one. Kitten paws are another shell that I love to find. They're great to craft with. They're super fun to find. They're all unique. And they're another shell that, that a lot of people don't pick up. So when you go to the beach, don't forget about the common shells. You know, the slipper shells or the Indian boats. These used to be one of my favorite shells to collect as a kid. I used to find a tide pool and float them all like little canoes. So I used to love picking them up. But those are a shell again that like a lot of people don't, you know, a lot of people just don't pick up. So again, it's really not all about the true tulips, right? True tulips are fun, but it's not all about those. Sometimes we have to find some other shells that are fun too. Look at this big piece of driftwood. I would love to take that home. Heavy, but, and I don't know what I would do with it, but I love driftwood and I would definitely take that home. Look at that little pear whelk. Little juvenile fighting conch. Look at this beautiful orange scallop. Oh my word. Gorgeous. Here's another one. So pretty. Guys, look at this shell wall that has been built up from the water. I mean, I literally can't imagine what is really underneath all of these shells. Big scallop. Another petal talon has a hole in it. These little tiny shells. I mean, oh my gosh. What do you guys see? Look at this little angel wing. Look how cute. Perfect little angel wing. Put that one in my shell bag to keep it nice and safe. Oh my gosh, I can't believe all these shells. Oh, here's a little lucine. Tiny little one. Look how cute that is. Holy cow. There's a limpet. This is where I just need to like take a seat, sit down in the big shell pile. Oh, this is a really pretty slipper shell or Indian boat. Look at that pretty pattern on that one. Super pretty. Look at this. It is ginormous. This like shell wall. Oh, is that another limpet right here? It sure is. Look at that, another limpet. Some shells that you don't find often, and then all of a sudden there's a day when you'll find a bunch of them. Here's a little shark eye. Cute little shark eye. Alright, I'm gonna try to plant myself here without falling into the water. Oh my gosh, so many shells. There's a little cone. Seraph? Love Seraphs. I think they're such a cool shell in relation to the auger. There's another one. I could use this piece of driftwood to kind of help me dig a little bit, huh? So these all seem to be pretty small shells in here, which is totally fine. But if you're looking for bigger shells, I would move on from this pile. But if you want to look for those minis and those tinies, this is a great place to look. Here's a nice little piece of coral right here. Another technique, if you want to call it that, as long as we're not going to get super soaked, is you can come down to where the water is and start to spread shells out from the bottom and look from the bottom up. This is kind of an easy way because it'll spread them out for you instead of you kind of having all those shells to dig through in the pile. You can kind of look through this way. Here's a little cone. And then as the water comes up from the tide, not only will it help kind of sift through them a little bit, but it'll wash some of them away, so you'll have kind of a clean slate to work with. Little auger here. Here comes the water a little bit. My gosh, here's little those petal talon. I love those. This is just another little technique. Either one's totally fine. It just depends on what you prefer. It's like a what do you call it? Avalanche, landslide of shells. Oh my gosh. I feel like there's good stuff buried like deep in there, you know? I want to like get a big shovel. Here, look at that big petal talon right here. That big one. It's a really pretty one. And this pile is ginormous. I've been digging in this like one tiny little section. Ooh, that's a pretty scallop. See that pretty scallop right there? Look at that one. That's beautiful. There's another orange one. Top of the shell pile. And there's more shells up here to be sifted through. Look at all of these in here. Wow. Holy moly, look at this whelk right here. It's a pretty whelk. Little scallop, pretty scallop. Here's another one. Holy cow. It's like overwhelming. But there's such a huge pile to shell through. So, if you love shell piles, ooh, can you guys see that orange scallop on camera? I can zoom in a little bit. I don't know if I've got it in camera view, but I'm going to try to get down there. Ugh. Get to it. Here we go. Oh yes, look at it. Beautiful. Oh my god, I love that. Look how pretty. Super pretty. I can't believe all these shells. It's like I don't know where to start. Look at this. King crown, tip broken. We see a lot of the tips broken. I don't know if they're just fragile or maybe some kind of animal eats them, but look at her pretty buttercup too. I love those. And here's those pretty yellow lucines related to those buttercup family. Super pretty. You can see the ridge right here. Here. And that's how you know that they're a different species than your traditional buttercup. Wow. Oh. I'm a sheller and I'm speechless. That's saying something. Ooh, that is just a piece. Get out of the way so you guys can see. It's hard when the sun's like directly overhead. Little shark eye. Give you guys a view. It's so pretty. The water's just beautiful here. I used to come here shelling years ago with some friends on their parents' boats. And I'll just tell you guys the sharks I have seen here. would knock your socks off. Like, there are some serious sharks out there. I don't see any today, but so beautiful, isn't it? Some mangroves. You always got to check out the mangroves, right? So I've told you guys, when you're out here on these islands, sometimes you'll find shells that get stuck up in these mangrove roots. Sometimes you'll find good stuff in there. Lots of leaves washed up here. Here's a pretty well. A little whelk there. Sometimes it's hard to sift through all of the leaves, so you can either let the water kind of help you do it, or another pretty orange. I love these orange scallops. I just think they're so gorgeous. Look at that. Here's another sunray Venus clam here. Got a hole in it, ready for a necklace for somebody. And look at this pretty scallop right here. You guys see what's next to it? It's a big chunk of a true tulip. That would have been really pretty. So you know, if you find pieces, you know that they're here, which is exciting. Alright, so I'm on the top of the shell pile on the other side, and I just wanted to see if anything fun is up this way. And again, like I told you guys, sometimes the shells in the sun will be a little bit lighter. Actually, I want to go investigate over here really quick. Because you can get right back to the bay, and I just want to kind of see if there's anything fun back here, as long as the bugs aren't like atrocious. I think he sees me. Look at this beautiful blue beak. Can you guys see that? Super pretty. Look how fun. You guys see all the crabs moving? Like I stop, they stop. Oh my gosh, there's so many of them. I'm trying to get close enough for you guys to see them. Look at all of the crabs. Holy moly. This one right here is like ready to fight. Look at him, he's coming closer. He's like the brave one. So watch if I move. They'll all like scurry. So I just wanted to see if there was anything fun besides crabs back here. You guys see all of the crabs? Holy cow. There's one like hiding right here. I don't know if you guys can see him. Hold on. I gotta find my... I can't see in my phone, but he's really cute. Oh, there he is, right here. Can Can you guys see him? Hiding. Isn't that funny? So I don't see anything shell-wise here. But that was fun to see all the little crabs everywhere. And sometimes you'll see some really cool wildlife too, back in these quiet parts. But I don't see anything too crazy shell-wise, but it was definitely worth checking out. So the bugs aren't too terrible, but there are definitely no-see-ums back here. So let's go back up here to this shell pile and see if we can find some more fun shells before we head out. It's just been such a super fun day. We are still on the tour with Nautical Life Shelling. Is this what I think it is right here? Oh, it's broken. I have like the worst luck sometimes finding intact angel wings. Sometimes I can find them, but they're so fragile, and a lot of times they're broken. They have a hole right there, which isn't a big deal if you're crafting. You could always cover it up with another shell, but I do love finding them when they're whole though. They're so fun. Look, here's another one hidden. You guys see it hidden? Oh, I get under all these branches here. Right here. This one is, oh, see, no, broken. Broken. But I will keep trying. I'll keep looking and keep trying. Oh, here's a really pretty scallop. Here. Look at this one. This one's ginormous and gorgeous. So pretty. And look at this scallop. This one's gonna be so pretty. Absolutely beautiful. Ooh, and here's another orange one too. I love these orange ones. It's kind of broken one, but still super pretty. I'm kind of get over here. Kind of came in backwards. There's a really pretty whelk. There's another pretty whelk. Look at that. Whelk. Here's buttercup. Not super bright on the inside, but still pretty. Good scallop. Pretty conch. Another pretty conch. Two pretty conchs. In our shell bucket. What else can we see? I gotta get on the other side here, where the sun is not blocking my view. What do you guys see? There we go. Wow. Look at this really pretty one here. Another whelk. Here's another scallop. Look at that. Right there. Alright guys, I'm going to start heading back to the boat. I'll just pick up this really pretty little orange scallop on the way though. Look at that. So thank you guys so much for joining me for another really fun episode on the Virtual Shelling Network. I hope you guys enjoy being able to see all of these really fun shelling spots and be able to kind of see what you'll expect to find and what you can expect to see on shell tours when you come down to visit Southwest Florida. I just wanted to show you guys that there are sea turtle nests here. And the amazing thing is there are volunteers that walk these beaches every day, every morning, to check for turtle nests and to be able to put a grate over them to protect them from wildlife and post signs. So it's pretty amazing that there's miles and miles of beaches that they walk and are able to help preserve the nests and keep the sea turtles safe. So thank you guys so much again for joining me on this fun virtual shelling walk. We are out with Nautical Life Shelling Tours. Here it is just such a great, crazy beautiful day. I hope you enjoyed walking this beach and kind of exploring a new place with me and learning what types of things you can find on these tours and different ways to shell. And if you guys have any questions, please let me know. Thank you so much for your support, and I will see you again next time. Bye-bye.